Welcome to AI Verdict, where we cut through all the noise in the world of artificial intelligence. This week, we are tackling a really bold claim from Nvidia that honestly could change everything. We've also got a sneak peek at OpenAI's first ever piece of hardware, and we're going to talk about the rise of a new AI powerhouse that you might not have on your radar. So let's dive right in.
Okay, so here's how we're breaking things down today. First, we're going to separate the hype from the reality in the big clash of the AI titans. Then we'll take a look at the darker side of all this convenience. New threats, new hacks. And finally, we'll look ahead and see who's really building the future of AI.
All right, first up, this high-stakes battle between what these massive corporations are saying and what AI can actually do right now. And it all kicks off with a pretty controversial statement.
So Nvidia's CEO came out and made this incredibly bold claim that AI is no longer hallucinating. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, that's basically when an AI just confidently makes stuff up. It's been one of the biggest, most fundamental problems in this entire field. So if he's right, this is a massive deal.
Yeah, well, that didn't last long. Almost immediately, the folks over at OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, pushed back and they flatly denied the claim. So right away, you've got this huge divide on where AI actually is. Are we there yet? Or is this just some serious wishful thinking? So you got to ask, right? What's driving all this optimism from Nvidia? Well, it might have a little something to do with this number. The big tech companies are cranking up their spending on data centers by 20 to 40% this year. And guess where a huge chunk of that money is going? Straight into Nvidia's pockets. You can kind of see why they're feeling so good about the future.
Now, while Nvidia is out there making these big claims, OpenAI is making moves in a totally different direction. They're jumping from software into hardware. There's a leaked device that suggests they're developing an earbud that lets you talk directly to ChatGPT. I mean, it's a fascinating step, right? More integrated AI. But, and this is a big but, the rumor is that future versions might have cameras. And that immediately raises some pretty serious privacy flags.
And then you have Apple, who, in total contrast to all this hype, is actually hitting the brakes. They've reportedly put their AI health coach project on hold, and the word is their models just aren't strong enough yet to really compete with the big players like ChatGPT. So while some companies are struggling, others are really pushing forward in very specific areas, like this one, visual intelligence. And look, this isn't just about an AI seeing a dog in a picture. It's about it knowing with certainty that it's a golden retriever, not a Labrador. It's all in the details.
And this chart really paints a clear picture of where things are right now. According to a recent report, Google's Gemini Pro, that tallest bar right there, is currently leading the pack in visual accuracy. You can just see how much it's outperforming competitors like GPT-4. And this probably comes down to Google's massive library of data from Google Images and Maps. That gives them a huge advantage.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Despite all the progress, despite the bold claims, even the absolute best models are still wrong more than half the time. And maybe worse, they continue to be confidently wrong. They hallucinate and insist they're right, even when they're not. So, no, we haven't solved that problem yet. Okay, let's shift gears and look at the flip side of all of this fast-paced innovation. Because for all the amazing convenience it brings, it also opens up a whole new can of worms when it comes to serious threats. On a really personal level, a feature as simple and helpful as screen sharing on WhatsApp is being turned into a weapon. Scammers are calling people up pretending to be from their bank, and they trick them into sharing their screen. The second that one-time password, the OTP, pops up as a notification, they see it, they use it, and they can drain an account just like that.
The verdict here is pretty simple. Technology has to be the solution to the problems technology creates. We desperately need smarter, AI-powered security built right into our operating systems. We're talking at the Android and iOS level that can automatically figure out when a screen is being shared and just blur out sensitive info like those OTPs.
But these threats are escalating way beyond just personal finance. The same tech race that's giving us these cool gadgets is also being used to create new weapons. And the battlefield is expanding to a global scale, and even, well, an orbital one.
Get this. China has reportedly developed a high-powered microwave weapon. It's a 5-ton system you can mount on a truck or a ship, and it's designed to fire these intense energy pulses to disable satellites by just frying their electronics. I mean, this is straight out of science fiction, and it signals a potential new era of conflict, actual space wars.
Okay, so we've had the hype and we've had the pretty sobering threats. Let's finish up by looking at how AI is being used right now, today, to build, create, and innovate in some really cool ways.
I mean, it's starting to show up everywhere. In the gaming world, Rockstar confirmed it's using AI to help speed up the development of GTA 6. Up in space, Elon Musk is pivoting Starlink to become this massive data center network in orbit. And even in creative fields, video editing is shifting away from complex software and more towards code, where you can literally edit visuals with simple text prompts.
And this brings us to a really major development in the global AI landscape. We're seeing the rise of a powerful new player that's starting to challenge the companies that have dominated for years.
A company from India called Sarvam AI is making some incredible strides. Just look at this slide. Its vision model for recognizing handwriting is actually outperforming Google's Gemini. That is a huge deal. And its voice generation model, called Bulbul, is going toe-to-toe with world-class competitors like ElevenLabs. This is definitely a company to watch.
However, this is really just the beginning of the story for India's AI ecosystem. A recent survey showed that a massive 75% of AI startups in India still have to rely on APIs from Western companies. And that's because there's a shortage of homegrown foundational models, those core building blocks of AI for these new companies to build on top of.
So this leaves us with a final thought to chew on. For years, the AI race felt like it was just between America and China. But with these powerful, specialized new players like Sarvam AI showing up, the global landscape is set for a really dramatic and honestly unpredictable shift. The question isn't just who's leading now, but who's going to dominate the next decade of